So welcome again to Life Unscripted, and you've seen from the thumbnail one line when you want to. It's basically speaking about the fact of the challenges we faced with having kids, and it really is a huge part of my life. That's a story that I can end up telling. The whole thing came about with myself and my wife Shanéll meeting, and yes, that's a whole episode in itself. But the amazing thing that I really want to share with you is sometimes when things seem impossible, when you get told it's not going to happen, when you get told that you're facing absolute impossibilities, and this is really what we were looking at as well with where we were. Basically, Shanéll was polycystic, and she had lost an ovary in high school with quite a hectic. Goodness, it was virtually life-threatening incident, and they ended up just removing one of her ovaries, and the big thing was that she now faced polycystic syndrome. And so when we got married, it was one of the things that we ended up talking about, and I said to her, and it's something that'll come through in episodes later down the line, is I had and I guess I can share it with you, like a prophetic word over my life that had been shared about the fact that I was going to meet a red-headed lady, get married, and I'd have two kids, a girl and a boy. And so the interesting thing was when I met Shanéll, and this red-headed lady came into my life, and we ended up getting married, and so that was part of something that had been spoken over my life that already had came true. So when I faced the thing of hearing, we're going to battle to have kids, we're not going to be able to have kids, and doctors are saying it's impossible, and the big thing was for me was there was a promise for me that I was trusting in, and so we decided that we weren't going to well, put it this way, we were going to start a family straight away, upon getting married, kind of thing. We weren't going to wait or anything like that, because we knew we were facing a bit of a challenge. And so there were many false alarms with pregnancy tests and things like that as we went ahead and trusted, and ended up facing times where there were pregnancy tests that gave the one line instead of two. The one thing about polycystic syndrome is as a lady, your period is all over the show, up and down. You could be 1 week, it could be 1 month, it could be 3 months, it could be so we ended up really not knowing what was going on, in the sense of, are we pregnant, aren't we pregnant, kind of thing. And so whenever we did pregnancy test kind of thing, there were a lot of times where we were just so discouraged because there was that one line when you wanted to. And I ended up even writing sort of like a blog story about one line when you want to, kind of thing. And I remember one day coming back from work, and Shanéll sort of blocked me from being able to enter into the house, kind of thing. And she said, close your eyes and hold out your hand, kind of thing. And so I did. And she put something in my hand, told me to open my eyes. And so when I opened up, we had, for the first time ever, we had a pregnancy test with two lines on it. And I said to her, come straight away. We're going we're going to the hospital to get blood tests. We went, got blood tests, and the next thing was the medical chap. He came out and he said to us, and these were his exact words, "Sir, she's very pregnant," and so that was it. And so we contacted the gynae and said, let's come and have a checkup and everything like that. And she was explaining to us, please don't be excited about anything, because this is not something that's possible. But come around anyway, and I'll show you how it can't be true, basically. And so yes, we had the appointment. We went through, and we knew what we knew. The blood test had spoken, and so had confirmed things for us. And so I remember us going into the place, into the consulting room, and the next thing was, Shanéll was, on the bed, and the gynecologist had the equipment already, the monitor and so forth, and put the gel onto Shanéll's stomach, abdomen, and and the next thing, after explaining to us how it couldn't be, we got to hear that heartbeat, and maybe if I can find footage, I might even have a video of that I can overlay, just for you to hear that heartbeat that we heard, of our impossibility. The impossible had become possible. We were told what would not be, our first would not be, was. And so, yes, the amazing thing for us was, the doctor looked at me just with an absolute, gobsmacked, shocked face, and saying, almost, but how? And I sort of said to her, well, we did what we had to do and trusted that God would do what He has to do, kind of thing. And so, yes, the whole time through the pregnancy was our little one would be camera shy, so we would never know. Now, I had received the word boy and girl, girl and boy, however, but I guess being a guy, I thought, okay, it's going to be a boy, and but we never got the opportunity to, from any of our videos, of baby, get to see if it was boy or girl. And so we, I won't say we were surprised, but Ghani said she thinks pink. And so, yeah, it was quite amazing. We got an opportunity to choose, we took the opportunity, let me put it that way, to choose names long before, our kids were anywhere in the making, kind of thing. It was a thing of basically me, sitting with Shanéll and us choosing some names. And the amazing thing is, Shanéll studied geology, so we said, if we have a girl, it's going to be Amber, because it's like the resin, and it would be amber, preserver of things good. And the one day we were deciding, look, if we have a boy, we'll name him Ethan. And we just loved the name Ethan, and there's Psalm 89 that speaks about Ethan. So yeah, it was just, we had the names. Interesting to that we didn't realize the fact with Ethan only came later on, with me not realizing that my surname is actually Hunt. And so my son went through life being Ethan Hunt, from Mission Impossible. So for me, it was almost like a declaration of saying, well, there's a mission possible with Ethan. We didn't even realize we were, declaring something else. When life was saying to us, it's impossible, we were saying, no, the mission will be possible. And so, yes, Amber was born, and 4 years later, we conceived Ethan. And we went back to the gynae and, said to her, here we are, kind of thing. She didn't say, no, it can't be. She said, come on in. And the interesting thing was, she said, well, you've got your pigeon pair now, and that's all you want. Both of our kids wouldn't turn for natural birth. So Amber had to be cesarean. And because of that, Ethan generally, so that there's no complications, also ended up being cesarean. And with Ethan, she turned around and said to us, well, Tisha, now look, while I'm busy, while I'm in there, kind of thing, let's put it that way, and doing what I'm doing and getting Ethan, I can, I can cut your tubes, and then you don't have to worry about, having kids, and you've got your pigeon pair like you want, and I can do that. So yeah, we agreed upon it and said yes. We've got our two amazing kids, and it's just interesting to think about the fact that we went from a doctor that was saying it is impossible for this to happen to a doctor who was saying to us, would you like to close the factory? And just how amazing is that, that sometimes we face things that are impossible and we think it can't, there's no way. I started out, with meeting an amazing lady after, thinking that things would be impossible, and it's part of a story that will be shared later on as well. But it was possible, and Shanéll came into my life, and then the next thing is Amber came into my life, and the next thing, Ethan was part of my life. And 3 things that were impossible. I'd always wanted to be a dad, and I got the opportunity. And now I look and being married for 22 years, impossible number 1. Amber's 20, impossible number 2. Ethan's 16, impossible number 3. And they are all there. Possibilities that I look at every day. And how amazing is it that I have these amazing realities around me of seeing that even though the odds are against you, and in that way the odds are hugely against you, we've been able to walk through a lot of stuff, and those are things we'll share about. So yes, I don't want to make the videos too long, but just to encourage you, if you're facing a challenge with wanting to fall pregnant or starting a family or something like that, comment in the comments. Let me see it as well. Or if you've also had a victory like we have, and something amazing like that has happened to you, please comment. And remember to connect, with us as part of a community. I want to become, with you guys. This isn't about my journey; it's about our journey. Yes, I'm going to be doing the talking, but I want to be sharing about us, about us all. So. Definitely keeping my eyes on the comments to see if there's anything that you want to find out as well, and we'll definitely share those in episodes that are to come. So yeah, thanks so much for joining me on on this episode, just speaking about getting those 2 lines when there'd only been 1, and the amazing opportunity we've had in life to just see that pressing through, having the right attitude, and sometimes, goodness, over the last season, the last couple of years have been crazy. Those episodes will be coming as well that you'll be hearing about, and how there's been days where you just don't want to There's been days when it's like, where is that exit button? I don't like this game. But we press through because we've just seen amazing things happen in our lives. And yeah, thank you for joining journeying with us, and just becoming part of life that's unscripted.